Hello, folks. Good evening. Sorry, a late video today. Was tied up in some personal stuff. So yeah, looks like Tesla and Netflix right now selling off. So the QQ Nasdaq is selling off with SPY and sorry, Tesla and Netflix. That's fine. We'll discuss these later. So just want to, as usual, let's discuss our trades for the day, our day trades, and then we look at few of our swings and and then talk about a few of the teachings and few of the setups that's working. So today our first play in the morning, let's talk about, if you guys remember, yesterday we traded Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley was a great trade for us yesterday, even though we were late. But I talked about that how I'm going to keep it, holding it, and the second day earnings setup. So the second day earnings setup is whenever a stock has a bullish chart, it has a good earning, and it closes at highs. Next day, any pullback holds, you long it, and you wait for the breakout of previous day high. And then it continues. That's the second day earning play. Similarly, if the stock has fallen down on earnings, you can second day short as well. So Morgan Stanley, so if this morning I woke up, what was my setup that Morgan Stanley was showing me? It was the second day earning play. Or of course, I had some overnights, but when I saw it holding the 3450 EMA Clouds, and then it was breaking out of this flag, 1 hour flag, and we added here 3450, added more, and let it work. So I was like, Microsoft, here we go. Scalp those calls from yesterday high breakout. So once we did that, went up, retested, end of the day, nice move to 94. I'm still holding. So that was a nice morning trade, overnighter, and also a nice move for us on intraday calls, right? So I mentioned beautiful, repeatable ER setup, morning flag, see before and after on on Twitter, you can see that. So that's how we started our day. And then our biggest trade of the day and some teachings for you, some lessons for you, if you're going to listen here on UPST. So what was UPST doing? So UPST, the daily chart has been, we discussed this on a few times on our previous calls, right? When UPST was breaking out of this level, and then there was this gap. Today, it broke that 50 psychological level. How many times I have talked about psychological level? So many of ideas that I have given are based on psychological level. Be it as AMD from 100, Google from 100, Amazon from 100, a simple concept, a repeatable concept of psychological numbers. I have provided hundreds of ideas which have been profitable, good ideas for us and for my followers, but that's not the point. The point is a repeatable setup. So UPST was getting into the gap. I was very interested. You don't see the gap here, but if you go to the daily, you will see the gap. So I was very interested in UPST this morning. Let's see my commentary on UPST. So UPST, we can scale. I said it's a 52-week breakout, going to test the Psych 50 in the gap. So watch the pullbacks on the UPST. I mentioned. So it started to go. Let's look at the 10-minute. Started to move and a pullback. I did some calls here. I did 60C. Another thing I need to tell people is, like, some of the people even in the who were listening to me, they did not add calls on their own. There was a decent pullback, right? But they waited on me. No, you cannot do that. If you wait on me, you will have a bad entry because you are just trying to find a conviction. Oh, if Rip is buying, then I will buy because he's telling me he's buying. Maybe I don't tell you, right? That you don't need somebody to tell you. You need to see the setup, trade the setup, learn the setups. That's how you will have a consistent, repeatable winners. Anyways, So UPST, I got the 60 cent this week. It was, I don't have my options charts open. It was trading in a decent level. And when it started moving, so I was telling people, people started to panic, right? You see this pullback here? So people started to panic. Uh, where is it? Let me find it somewhere. My chart. Maybe here. Let's see. So let's talk about the morning trade. So when UPST we added here, it was trying to break, and there was a lot of resistance there. You see that, right? A lot of resistance there, but we were still holding. Our options were up 30–40%. Then they were down almost 50 cents there. And then people were like, Rip, what are you doing? Are you holding all that? And I told them clearly, right? If you are panicking UPST, just cut. If you can't be calm and let the setup work, win or lose, it's best not to be in that trade, right? So guess what? It retested. Simple concept. Resistance becomes support. It retested this level, held that level, tried to break out again, finally broke out. I said the next level over 58.70. 58.70 clears, that's your next level. And the options went 150%, right? If you invested in a small account, if you invested $1,000, right, you made over $1,500, but that's not how it works. You scale out. So even if you made 100%, that's good, because you scale out as it goes. You take out 5 contracts out, then 10 contracts out, and then last 3 contracts out. That's how you trade. So UPST here's the chart. Yeah, you can see the chart here. So that's our UPST chart. This is the options, right? We bought at 180.90s was my average, dipped to 150. I did not panic. Told people not to panic. If you panic, get out. And guess what? Went to 76. It further went to $3 and some cents. Yep. So let's see. So UPST, watch 59.80 seller to clear, and that was when the boom happened, right? So that was good. So UPST was a big winner for us. We were almost done with UPST earlier in the day. And let's talk about CVNA. CVNA in the morning, I scalped short and on the extension from risking this pre-market highs, took short here. I was out here because it's a bullish trend. And I mentioned that I'm out of UPST, sorry, the CVNA short. So we were out of the CVNA short, and I mentioned that CVNA is holding that, what was that? That 3450 EMA Clouds. And then later in the day, you see CVNA, bouncing of 3450. 50 is key for them. Your stop should be at 50 or on 3450 EMA Clouds. And then we had this breakout, 58 breakout. It's a daily breakout. Breakout 58 went to 61 after hours, good scalp. Again, a repeatable setup right there. So what did we do in Apple? Apple was a news play. Apple was a news scalp. So Apple, as soon as the news hit, I couldn't catch the news, but I waited for the pullback somewhere here, added the 200 calls on Apple. Let's see. Apple races to develop its AI tools, right? So I said on a long watch, room to 200, but do not chase, So I was in and I was out 40%, right? And I was, because the reason being, there's a big resistance at 198 and 200. If I was entered here, that would have been beauty. I could have a luxury to hold it, but I was getting close to the resistance. My risk was getting more than my reward. And that's what happened. If you added here and you kept holding, your risk was so wide. And it was so wide. It's not the Apple's fault, it's your fault. So you have to not let the FOMO do it. If you're not experienced enough to scalp, just leave it. So that was that. And there was this another trade that was good in the room. Personally, I only had a small scalp in it, but everybody in the community did really good. 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100 So Donald Trump, I think Jr. tweeted something about it. Donald Trump Jr. And and then what it was doing, it reclaimed 3450, risk clearly defined, kept riding. And I did mention the target of let's see, yeah, Suri guided well on the CLBR as well. Everybody in the room, they were doing much better than me. I was not even following that much, but my target was 1439. So that was my target. I was out, but then it squeezed more. Good for everyone. Held the 3450 EMA Cloud. So there was that. Let's see what else we did today. Yeah, I mean, just a few trades were profitable trades. UPSTMS were the best trade for me. CVNA was just a scalp, but let me look some of our swings. I'm going to actually make a video talking about all the swings that were winners for us and why they were, the reasoning behind them. So, I have to make a lot of videos, guys, but, so much time I have. Yes, RX. We talk about it every time on our video recap. People in the room still have it. 52-week breakout. I talk about 52-week breakouts from here. Here you go. RX. AI biotech theme. You need to understand what is the hot theme right now. You need to stick with those plays, swing plays. So here you go. RX. Beautiful move on RX. Yep, RX was good. So let's see what else we did. Yeah, okay. I think there's not much now to talk. Let's look at some swings that have been working. But one thing you guys know, I want you to see these videos and see what setups are working. Pre-market high breakouts, 52-week high breakouts, a flag breakouts, 10 a.m. trend breakouts. Take a pen and paper and write your setups. Every morning you wake up, you should have your setups. If you are losing money, you don't know what's going on because you pay for 5 discords, 5 alert channels. You want the alerts. You want to trade what is alerting, what the FinTwit guy is alerting. That's how you want to make money. You will never make money like that unless and until you are confident. You have a setup. It's your setup. No matter what anybody says. People were panicking on UPST in the morning. Hey, Rip, are you in? Are you out? And I know there were some new people who were in the room, so that they don't know how we work. I was like that, no, and I strictly said, if you panic, get out. UPST never broke the risk levels that I gave, 56 EMA clouds, and boom, who stopped out? Left the money on table, lost the money because they did not have a proper technical risk defined before they took the calls, and they want to stock to go right away. Does not matter if their entry is bad. They don't care. They think market doesn't care about your entry. Market cares about its own technicals. It's going to work according to what market think is right. You want market to work according to you. It never does. It will, once you try adapt to the market, adapt to the range of a stock, the technical pullback levels. These things, once you learn those and adapt yourself, things become easy. So learn. All right, let's talk about some swings quickly because it's already a little late today. So I'm just not going to talk about all the swings. I just want to talk about some swings before and after. Okay, let's look at PLTR. So what did I say about PLTR? Flag breakout testing. This was June 17th. We discussed even on one of our videos. Boom, breakout. 0.5 Fibonacci, flag breakout. Good swing. Repeatable system, guys. Repeatable system. Find your system, find your setups. I say that every day. You can come to my room, but don't look for alerts. But if you come to my community, I don't promise to make you money, but I promise to teach you. I promise to make sure that I change your mentality. And I promise to make sure that you don't lose money if you follow my teachings, right? Hundred of people can promise to make you money, right? They say, oh, they send out a YouTube video, the greatest indicator of all time, and all that. No, right? That's That's not how you do it. You need to find your own conviction and setup. That reminds me, I have to do, you guys have been asking for me to do a video on EMA Clouds from the inventor of EMA Cloud System. So I will do it, promise. Just been so many things going on, working on a lot of programming for the room. I'm going to have live price alerts, my support resistance levels, breaking news, hold on holds, some Twitter feeds. So working on a lot of that programming as well. And so yeah. So yeah, I mean, what else? What else? Yeah. Let's save the swings for later tomorrow. Just wanted to talk about PLTR. Oh yes, our biotech swing, GOS. Let's look at this one, right? So don't add because I'm adding. Look at the setup, right? So let's see here. So GOS today, what did it do? Right? Long-term swing was consolidating, 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 consolidating. So it was consolidating, even dipped back to 120s, and we averaged 120s in the range as well. And then finally, you see the range breakout, going towards over 2. Again, a repeatable swing. So so guys, that's about it for today. Just keeping it short. But there are a lot of teachings in today's video. Go back, review it again, look at the trades. If you want to trade with me, come to our community, try to learn. If you come, try to learn and try to see how we do it, and just participate, ask questions. I'm always here to help. And yes, keep growing, guys. Yeah, with Netflix and okay, let me see. Netflix, the 450 was the level, right? I talked about that. Netflix 450 level, big support, right? It had to break it, it's going down. So tomorrow we will watch if EMA Clouds reclaim, we long. Same for Tesla. As long as under EMA Clouds, I'm not interested until it's a big support consolidation. That setup will be consolidation reversal or a move over EMA, right? 2-3 setups. So how would I long Netflix and Tesla? Netflix and Tesla, if they show me a setup, I will not blindly go buy in the morning. Yes, if I read the tape, which is for some more experienced traders, if the pre-market lows are holding, maybe I will add if I have a good entry, but I'm not going to chase if it pushes here and then add. If I get a closer entry, that's fine. But remember, it's under EMA bearish clouds. These bounce setups work for scalps, but if you have good entry, so same thing for Tesla for intraday. Tesla, I think it's pretty pretty good. It's a normal, right? It's not really a great pullback. It's if it recovers, we'll get it tomorrow. So definitely opportunities tomorrow on Netflix and Tesla both ways. If you are trading options, be careful in the morning. IV is pretty high, so just wait for, don't chase, just trade the shares. Other thing is, guys, don't look for lotos, right? I know all these people tell you, I bought this lotto earning, that earning. That is a gamble. That's how you blow up your account. You will win in 1 or 2 option lotto trades, and then one trade you will wipe everything off. Stick with, don't go for a home run, which is low probability. Stick with your setup. Risk reward. Preserve. Follow the system. All right, guys. So that was about Netflix and Tesla. We will trade tomorrow in our community and see you guys there. Take care.